Welcome to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and I thought I'd start this video with a little bit of a general update of what's going on, and then I will need to talk about a couple of issues, and then hopefully we will make a bit of progress. I thought I'd start over in Trout Lake here. You can see we've now built all the roads up to the coal mine, and we've got the train stations now available, and down here the gas station's now got fuel. That means my construction site here can do a little bit of extra work. I just need to check the assignments. He's got gravel, and I think he probably needs to be assigned to bricks as well. And we'll just get back over to here. So let me just do a few assignments here. So what we're going to do is bricks. I'm going to get you pick up bricks from here, and prefabs. And steel, although I don't think he's actually got the trucks to deal with steel. I don't want to send them for concrete and asphalt. Actually, we could. I think they're a bit far away to really pick up the asphalt. We're going to have to pick up the asphalt using another construction office. So if we fly back over here, what that should do is push these trucks still into operation here. Can't remember what jobs he's got assigned. He's only got the one job. Let's just see where that actually is. He's actually working on the tunnel. What does the tunnel need at the moment? So it needs steel, concrete and boards, something that this construction office can't actually deliver at the moment. Okay, that's not a problem, because what I could do is use him up here, because we see this is concrete and gravel. So what we can do is just assign him some delivery jobs to here. And let's see, it looks like I haven't connected up the roads here. Let me just check this. So much for this being, we need to connect these two up. And what we'll do is assign you these. But what we will also need for these roads is the other road crew. So I'm just going to sign up here, assign the crib road crew to these as well. So strictly speaking, I didn't really need to make these asphalt roads, but it's going to be okay. You can see I've now finished the road all the way up to here. We've got the power station here. I think this is being built, and I think what I want to do is assign the bridge construction crew to this one. Start building the mine up here. Again, this is very much going to be a long-term project, because we've got the bridge is still going here. So we're roughly about 50% of the way through this bridge. So our track layers are working really hard. You can see here we've got lots of bricks flowing into this area now, which is good. And if I kind of just open up the map here and fly back to here, you'll see the brick factory that I built in the last part is really fully loaded. Hopefully that will be more than enough bricks to supply all my building needs for the rest of this series. And one thing I have done is, if I come up to here, you'll see what I've done is I've started bringing bricks here, and the idea of that is to use up the spare capacity in this area, so that I can, when I move out this way, the construction office up here won't have to come down this far to get bricks. And what I most likely will do is eventually set up a distribution office that will pick the bricks up from here. And once I built the open store up here, I think it's this one, or is it? No, it's one of these anyway. It's this one, I think. Once we've built that, then we'll use another distribution office to move the bricks up forward in stages. So that's the idea. Overall, up round here, things are pretty good. I'm going to be doing some changes in this area, but I'll come back to that. Because if I come over here, I say we're now in the growing season, so hopefully this is all going to fit together quite nicely. I think I've got the Volvo road crew up here, just doing a little bit of asphalting just to keep things flowing. And I suppose now what I need to do is start talking about one of the big issues. And I'd like to say a big thank you for your comments and feedbacks especially the person who mentioned about pollution. And I think they are right in the right position from this perspective. The pollution is still spreading over to here, and it's coming from the small heating plant here. And I think if I come in here, you actually see, if I come down here, I show you the average lifespan is dropping. And what's happening is people are becoming sick in this area. So if I can find that, you see here that this side of the town, the sickness is quite bad because it's 70% health compared to 86 and 84% there. So I'm pretty sure they are correct that it's the pollution from this heating plant that's actually causing the problem. And of course, one of the problems with sickness is that when people get sick, their lifespan shortens. So if I cancel that now, so we go into here, if we look at the lifespan in here, it says the average lifespan is 68. If we come over to here, you see that the average lifespan over here is 88. And this is what makes quite a big difference to your population growth. So what I'm going to need to do is move this heating plant, and the problem is I don't have a lot of space, and I need to do this in 2 stages because we're already in the middle of April, so I don't want to disable this straight away. So what I've been looking at is this area here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put a small heating plant. I think I might be able to get a small heating plant in here. Okay, it's slightly angled. I think we can just get that in there. Of course, we're gonna actually just put an asphalt road in. Just get that, or assign you to the. I think we'll assign this to the Drayton Road crew. The problem now is by moving the heating plant here, I'm gonna have to use the heat exchangers. Now I'm hoping that I can run a pipeline down to here, reuse this heat exchanger, and what I was looking at is trying to get a heat exchanger in over here, but I'm not sure I can really get. That's a big one. I can put a small. See, even a small heat exchanger won't fit in here. I do want to cover the area. So what I might do is we're just going to clear out this area here. Just have to get rid of the garden, and we'll just trim out these footpaths. And I think we're just going to have to put a heat exchanger in here. And I think we'll get rid of that. Give me maximum number of options. I mean, it's going to disturb the whole. I mean, it'd be nice to get a full size one in here. You just see, although technically, is there a difference in range? Remember, I mean, is there a difference? And it's more capacity than range, isn't it? I think we're gonna just put in. I think that covers most of the city, and we've got 2 power supplies there. So I think if I can do that, and of course we're going to assign this to help the Drayton Road crews pick it up. Now comes the fun bit. I've got to get a pipeline from here to here, and I mean I'd like the idea of using an underground pipeline, but I doubt very much whether with all the clutter down here that's going to work. I think we're just going to have to use a normal pipeline, heating pipeline. I don't think this is a small one, so I don't think this will. So it says 100, 300. Can I hook this up? Well, that goes that side. And this is a big one. So if I come out to here, and we're going to have to go up over. Oh, this is going to be a little bit tricky. I'm just going to come here. We're going to have to do this in sections. Okay. Can I go down that? Nope. That's infrastructure in the way. I'd like to maybe come through here. I mean, it did flash green. Let me just. Okay, maybe we need to go higher. No. Okay, let me just take this back. And we're gonna have to come up. Right, so we have to come through here. And it's gonna be very clumsy. Building in the way. Okay. One of the reasons why you do need to plan a little bit more ahead. Let me just see. Nope, it's not going to go through there. Problem is that bit there, isn't it? So maybe we need to just trim this back a bit here. So that go through there. Okay, well we can get through there. This pipe's getting really tall now. And we can drop this down a little bit, hopefully. Okay, it's not going to work. I've used the wrong pipeline. Okay, we're going to have to use small ones, and we're just going to have to... I was hoping that I could get away with a large pipeline. I should have known better, shouldn't I? Okay, come on. We know roughly the route I need to take. In fact, can I actually cancel that? If I come up, stay out about there, and we cross over, say about here. Maybe if we go this way, it might come out to about here, go around there. That looks a bit better, doesn't it? If I can get through this section here. Oops. Just take out that section. Pop down. Come in there. Yeah, so we got that pipeline has connected. It's a bit messy, but that's about all we can do. Now the next pipeline I've got to run is over to here, and what we need to do is get it in close enough so that I can actually connect up to. In fact, I could probably use this bit of pipeline here, couldn't I? So if we come off about here and go over the road, run into here, maybe curve through here, and what I'd like to do is maybe connect these two pipelines together so that we can utilize that section of pipe there. So we'll just connect that up, and so that's the first thing we need to get built. We're now on the 25th of April. I'm deliberately running the game at a fairly slow speed. What I do want to check now before we move on to the next step is to see what my track layer. So my track layer is working up this way. How far did he get all the way to the edge? No, he hasn't quite got the edge now. So he's now working on this section here. So that section's going pretty well. You can see as the track's getting quite long, and we'll just go and check the other side because the other track layer is working towards. In fact, he was working on here, and it looks like he's got one section left to do. Just make sure he hasn't wandered off on doing something else. Just make sure he hasn't got blocked. It's a long, long way to go. Where is he? So where are you going? Unfinished 7717. Yeah, so he's actually working on that correct section there. So we're going to need to keep an eye on him, because once that's built, what I want him to do then is switch to finishing off this section here. Because what I want to do is finish off this section here, and then what I will most likely do is send him to that construction office, and then we'll build back the opposite way, because I want to come back down here and finish off these sections of track and this section of track as well. So actually, what jobs have you got allocated? Let me just see. So if you only got, so you've got, so where is 720? Okay, that's, why does that think that? That's 720. So where's 717 then? Oh, so he hasn't quite finished this section of track. So he's got 2 sections to finish here. That's good. You'll see now that I've actually connected the pipeline to this one. So what we're doing is putting surplus fuel into this area now. And the reason I've done that is so that we have fuel in here ready when I can run a fuel train down there. So that's that bit done. This guy's doing his thing. I'm also should be bringing bricks into here, ready for building those viaducts. Now the next thing I want to look at is up this area here, because one area, the problem I've got, and this is, sorry I keep flashing all over the map, but is clothes. I'm not really getting the clothes production from here that I was hoping for. Got lots of fabric, and we got lots of workers here. Pretty sure I'm now going to be dropping behind with clothes production. Let me just check. I mean, he's got 5.79 tons. He's got 3.9 tons. I just feel we're not getting the amount of clothes in here that we should do. And while we're here, I'm building a cinema here, which shouldn't take much longer. And I actually assigned some to finish the People's Palace flats here, because this is going to be the last major residential building in this area. And then what I'm going to do then is kind of stabilize this city in preparation for the expansion north. So let's just get into here, and this turns back to the clothing. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to demolish these, because I think having these here is going to be a waste of time, and I think I can use it slightly better. Or actually, how can you say, manufacturing clothes. So let's see if we can get rid of these pipeline. I don't need these pipelines, so I've wasted resources building the pipeline. I'm just going to trim this pipeline back. Oops, that'd be a bit worried. I thought that was the thing. And what I'm going to do is get rid of the footpaths. And just get rid of you. Get rid of you. You. And you. And just whip these out. I don't think that one ever connected properly. Oh, yes, it did. And we'll just get rid of the road. Whoops. Take you out. Trim this back. And what I want to build in here is another fabric factory and clothes plant. Oops, wrong one. And hopefully this is going to work. I mean, it should do. I mean, what I'd like to do is get, I mean, that would fit in there. Can I get that a bit closer so we can get a footpath to the side there? And then we're going to just put a fabric factory in here. Get that there. And then we're, I mean, I could cheat here with gravel roads, because these roads aren't, no, that one's connected anyway, so. And hopefully this will get picked, yep, these are being picked up by the road crews. And the idea is going to be is that the little amount of chemicals I'm getting from here will be put into here, which can then go to the fabric factory, which will produce the fabric, which will then go to the clothes factory, which can bring the clothes back to here, and that will give us a distribution network. That's the theory anyway. So we're going to, of course that's not going to connect up properly, so probably do something like that. And we'll connect you up across to here. Connect you to there, you to there, and you to there. We'll just hook those up. And in theory, these should all be auto-detected by our road crew here. We're just going to build that in there. And I think that's all the main problems I want to address in this part. I have been doing some changes to the actual food distribution here, or crop distribution actually, strictly speaking, so that I can get more crops into this area. And the other thing I've also done is I've started importing crops again. If we come to economy, imports, like that, see I'm now importing crops, because at the moment the price of crops is so cheap I can't see the point in not actually doing this, to be honest, because I'm still not really getting the level of crop efficiency that from this that I was hoping for. And of course what we're going to need to do is for these guys to kind of catch up a little bit. What I could do is assign the because they're not connected, that's the problem. We have to wait for that to do. I mean, the population is creeping up, but the trouble is it doesn't stay. So we've got back over 14,000, and these are growing, but they just don't seem to be really pulling together like here. But at the moment, but at the same time, they're not really reporting any major problems. So it's definitely got to be pollution. So we'll get rid of this eventually. And of course, what we'll do is the truck that's supplying coal to here will have to be switched to here. We'll get those built in anyway. And I think at the moment, okay, this guy is just finishing off this section here. So all he needs now is the electrical components. Probably he's got to go all the way back over there to get them. Let's just get flipped back to Bridge City. So we're starting to put the iron mine together. So I'm a little bit nervous with this in the sense that we have no fire protection here. Actually, there's a footpath there that needs to be built. Not gravel road, footpath. I think what I'll do is I'll take it out and try and do this all in one go, because we need a footpath connection here and start the construction. And we'll assign you to Trout Lake and get this built in here, because that's going to be the conveyor connection that's going to come down to here. And we do have a fire station here which is being built, so I think I've overloaded my the Bridge City thing, but I don't think he can get an assist in. No, I think we're getting out of the range of the expansion crew. And what I'm half thinking about here is putting in a small shop or something, so that we can put residents into here, because they've now got power. And what we could do is put some residents in here, and their sole role would be manning the fire station. But can we get a small store in here? Shop. I don't want a grocery store. A PWEX store requires 10 maximum number of workers, 5 food, 5 tons of clothes a month. So how big is that? When we could put this in here, and it requires, I mean, I'm literally thinking to have about 400 or 500 people here, so we're going to need a, maybe we'll put that in. Of course, we're going to need a, I'm not even sure I want a kindergarten in here, to be honest. We could put a small school in. But I don't want too many workers, that's the problem. What's this? This is an old school. Maximum. Wow, that's big. Village school. We got here number of workers 2. We could put a village school in here. I just want to create a tiny little village here for the population. So we've got a school, kindergarten. Would I really want a kindergarten in here? We could put a couple of small playgrounds in that would act as kindergartens. But maybe one. I mean, I've never used these playgrounds, so maybe we'll just give them a go. Let's see how they work. So we could probably put one. We've got one there. Not build on water. We will put one. Maybe just down here a bit. We have a couple of playgrounds in. Because what I want to do is build this into a very small village community that will supply the fire station. I mean, I don't want them. I'm not too worried about them not being totally happy, because we're talking maybe what 300-400 people here, or less than that actually, because I think what's the 13. So we're probably talking about a couple hundred people. We've also got a church here as well, which could be interesting. So we may actually get an increase in spirituality here. I mean, we could put a few small buildings in here as well. I mean, I don't know if I've got any small residential buildings. That's got 31 more. That's pretty big. Put in apartments. How many people here? It's got 61 workers. This doesn't really fit with the village look, though, does it? Can't build due to infrastructure. Wooden workers' houses. I mean, these are a little bit big and don't really have the. It seems a bit ironic that we don't have the space for them. Could put some barracks in here, but maybe we're. But what is that there? That, oh, that's the playground, isn't it? I think. Oops. And the trouble is, the quality of life isn't particularly that good on them, so they're not going to. See that curve there? How big is this house here? What we can do is get rid of you, I think. I'll just trim this path back, and then we're quality of flats 42%. Wow. Wooden apartments. That look. Okay, maybe we'll just put one modern apartment on this corner here, and that's going to take 55 people, and then we'll just hook you up to there and there. And we'll just let that grow up and see how this will work. This is very much an experiment on that. It's something I've never really done. Okay, let me just get here. I think generally over here most people are happy. Our advanced education is working quite well. Anything that's unable to meet 8 workers can't work because there's kindergarten. I mean, the kindergartens are full already. Wow. Okay. We may have to put another kindergarten in. Didn't really want to do this, but maybe we're going to have no choice. I mean, I don't want this area to get much bigger, because all they're going to be supplying is the iron mine. But then again, I suppose I could make it a little bit bigger. Kindergarten. I mean, we could put the kindergarten up here. Can't build to infrastructure. This is kind of going to be built onto the. It's lifting. That's way up on the side of a hill, isn't it? Okay, what I have to do is just try and slot this in say about here. And again, we're just going to maybe hook you up through to here, like that. And maybe we'll just sneak you along to connect up to that. And we'll just build this in. And then, right, let's just see what jobs this guy's got. What are you building now? Okay, we're down to, and your job is to work on these areas here now. It looks like the trains have flipped round again, but I don't think that's going to be that big a problem at the moment. Actually, what I could do is what I'm going to do is reassign you to yeah. Will you do that? Actually, right, what I'm going to do is, I've just had a sudden thought. Bridge construction. I'm going to put you just exclusively on that one. I know it's going to affect him. It's going to bring him back there. We keep you building the bridge. We want you to get up to the other construction office. What I could do now is start thinking about the signalling here, but first thing I want to do, and what we're going to do is come to here, and the first things I want built is those two, and I'm going to assign those. Now comes the fun part. What I've got to do now is find some way to get the train operating down to here. Where is my train here? Okay, you're there. Now I have started signaling up this area, and I think the first step is we need to make this area true two-way. So let me just see. So and what we can do is make you that way, that way. You, I think I've done this side already. So yeah, running that way. Okay, I need to change. Oops. You need to go that way. You need to go that way. And you're coming in this way, so oops, can't put a semaphore there. Why won't it? Okay. You need to go that way. And then you need to go that way. You need to go that way. This one needs to go this way, and you need to go that way. And then you need to go that way. You need to go that way. You're coming around here, so that's an out one. This will be an in one. Right, isn't it? Yep. You need to go that way. You need to go that way. You need to go that way. You need to be an ordinary signal. So we've now got this to this way. In fact, I'm going to pause now while I do this, because you now need to make this into... Oh, you need to go that way. You need to go that way. And then you... That signal needs to disappear and be replaced with signal going that way. You need to go that way. Ooh, there's a lot of signals here, and hopefully this is going to work. If it doesn't, it's going to be a little bit tricky. I'm assuming that these are all finished. If they're not, it's going to be a little bit tricky. So you're going to come that way, you're going to come out that way, you're going to come in this way, you're going to go in, you can go that way, get rid of these two signals here. So that will go up that way, that will go up that way, this will go that way, you're coming in, oops, wrong way round, you're going out, you're coming in, and then up here, don't need you, take you off, and then this signal needs to be in. Those two can stay the way they are, and you need to be out that way. This one needs to be in, oops, like that, and you need to be out, oops. I'm not going to worry too much about those, I can do those later on. I'm just going to unpause and I'm going to see what actually happens and whether anyone actually complains. Let's check the signaling here. Okay. Okay. You need to be that way. You need to be that way. They need to be that way. You need to be that way. You need to be out that way. Okay. What that does now is that makes this track two-way, or like this all the way through to this point up to here. Okay. We're going to need to wait for that train to unload. What I'm more interested in now is to see... you're in here. Where are you? Okay, you're that way. Where's the other one gone? Of course, it goes without saying that they've both gone in the opposite direction that I want. Oh, they go in the wrong direction. I think what we're going to have to do is restrict these guys to one job out here. Where are you going? Ah, fire, fire. Ah, you should be okay. But you're going up this one. You're not allocated. You're not allocated. I think what I'm going to do is just... These guys have virtually finished. I'm going to fund that to stop that. And then that means this guy can just concentrate on that job. And hopefully what we will do now is get this train will go out that way. Thank you. Because these are the more important jobs. I can come back and sort out the rest later on. Right, I need to keep an eye on this ore train. He's slowly getting the ore down. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit on this ore train at the moment so that I can get him going, delivering the iron ore there rather than the plain iron. because what I need to do is wait for him to leave the steel mill, and then we'll flip his location again. How much? He's down to 52 tons at the moment. Actually, we'll just take a chance and come over to here. Okay, this looks like this is there, so we need to assign this to these two guys. We want all this built. I mean, ideally I would like to get this done by the winter, but it's going to be a tight call. I'm just going to where's the use. I think what we will do is, if I can get the train, I'm just going to put you there, and then what we should be able to do is see when he actually goes on the move. He's down to 26 tons at the moment. Yeah, I think these two can wait while we do the heating plant, because that's by far the biggest priority for the moment, is building these in, connecting these up, ready for the winter. I mean, we're already in June. Let's just check the food situation. I mean, we could probably do another shop here. So some goods are missing. Yeah, we're struggling a little bit with food again, although the food does seem to be coming in. There's 5 that cannot get electronics. Well, we're okay. We're down to 4 tons. The cinema's being built. That should finish, and then hopefully, okay. Right, this guy says that he's got a problem. So what is the problem? He's got a green signal. Oops, there it is. Right, the train's on the way. Pulls in for a little while to learn the new job, and we need to add a new stop to that. And what you're going to do is unload the where's the iron ore? Iron ore. Remove the steel mill, and what you're going to do is pick up iron ore now. And we're just going to follow him, just make sure he's actually, just hook him up. Come here. I mean, once he gets past this point, it should be okay. So we've now got the 2 trains running here. We may have to split the signals now through here. I don't think I've got any. No, I mean, it's worked quite well. They're both running into the station. All right, thank you. Just want to check the construction train. Now he's got a problem. What's up with you? Let's just check the signals here. Okay. Because you're connected there, you're connected there, you're connected there. There's the problem there. The fire, where's that? Okay, we're in the safe area. You're connected there, you're connected there, you're through to there. Is this guy worked out how he's going to get somewhere? Of course he can't. I think the problem is here, isn't it? No, because this is 2-way. This is 2-way. That says that's 2-way. If I put, this looks like there's 2 signals here. Okay, let's just remove you, remove you. That make you feel a bit happier. That's okay. I'm just going to pause this while I look at the detail of this and see where the potential problem is. This guy's got exactly the same problem. He can run to there, to there, to there, to there. Ah, haha. It's this one here. Right, you're running through there. This guy's still trapped. Where is the problem? There it is. Okay, that. Right, that's fixed him. That is also fixed him. Okay. Haha. We got there in the end. The joys of signalling up track. But we're okay. You can see the difference now with the aggregate processing here. So what we may need is a second iron ore train coming in now. And they're actually working properly together here now. And the only possible problem now is that what will happen is these guys will conflict with their jobs. So we may have to keep an eye on them. But ideally they will come down here and lay out this track quite nicely. Let's get back over. So cinemas there. Okay, this is nearly finished. This is there. I think I've overloaded the construction yards with too much work, but I think this one here is, yeah, you're completely focused on the heating plant. We're in July, and so we're coming up to the harvest season. Some of these are nearly ready to harvest. How's the food situation or crop situation? No crops in there. Okay, so we got 33 tons of crops left in there. We've got 174 tons left in there. We got quite a lot of food, so we're okay. How's over here? Yeah, we got nothing in this silo, which probably means that you are now running out of food. So we're down to 6.6 tons of food here. So life could get a little bit tricky if we don't start harvesting soon. Yeah, we're already getting residents complaining that they're running out of food. Well, this could be a little bit of a problem. Okay, let's just have a look. This is it. Yeah, we're going to take a hit here because we're running out of food. I need more food deliveries running up from here. I think we got loads of food here. Yeah, we got 152 tons of food here. But what we need is more food deliveries coming into here. Oh, we've got just had a food delivery coming up from the warehouse. That might save the situation a little bit, but it's nowhere near enough. So what was who delivered the food? Oops, no, you got another food delivery coming in? Yep. You can see that literally as fast as the food's being delivered, it's being consumed. So yeah, we're going to need to have more foods coming into here. Either that, or we need to guarantee the crops coming into here. I'm going to need to look at that. How's the clothing situation? Again, we've got a similar problem with clothing. But, I mean, we're running out of clothes as well. It's one of the things about this game, it really keeps you on your toes. I don't think I've got any more clothes. We may have to resort to importing clothes at this rate. Where we might need a second train. Okay. This guy's stuck. A red signal. Why is he stuck on a red signal? I mean, this is actually, you can. That's now gone. Why is that red in both directions? I think, yeah. The problem was that this was all one part of track, and it's probably related to this section here. That problem's solved. This is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.